Hope you are all well. And the reason I say I hope you're all well, and I trust you are, as the energies are starting to clear, but this last week has been a little bit hectic. I've been tearful, my partner's been tearful, and no particular reason. The chemtrails have escalated a little bit. So yeah, there are all kinds of things going on, but there are also very, very good things going on. And we've reached a breakthrough point, like a real breakthrough point. It is the end of a 9-year cycle. So it's the end of the end now in December. And because December is a 9-year, and I add 12 to that for the month of December, it gives me the number 21. And 21 is my number for ascension, and that's the month energy for December 2025. Is 21, which adds up to 3. So it's a beautiful 3 energy in the positive, which is happy, playful, fun. And I want you to focus on that this December. I want you to focus on anything that brings you joy, anything that makes you happy, anything that's creative, anything that's just childlike and innocent and fun, and just, yes, and get together and socialize and get families together. Even if times are tough, everybody just brings what they have and throw it all together, but get together in December. It's very, very important. And that number 21 behind the number 3, if you remember, well, I remember because I'm 63, but I remember when I was a child, 21 was like the age to be. These days, it seems it's maybe more 18 in the Western world, but in those days, it was 21. And 21 was when you came of age. It was when you were no longer a child and when you now became an adult. And you thought that's going to be like really, really cool. And then when you become an adult, you're like, ooh, this is not what it was cut out to be. This is not what I thought it's going to be. It's got lots of responsibilities. It's got bills to pay. You don't get away with things anymore. You don't have mom and dad backing you up and bailing you out when you do something wrong. And so 21 is a coming of age or a ascension to a next level of consciousness. And Earth has been in 3D for a long time. We've been dipping in and out of 4D to get to 5D. 4D is a bridge. It's not a dimension. It's a bridge. 3D is a place. That's where we are now. That's why everything is solid and heavy, and we have to eat and build houses and all of that. 4D is a bridge into the 5D world. So some of us are going in and out of the 5D world, but we haven't been able to stay there. We've had to come back over the bridge to 3D and rejoin our families and the world and do what we need to do to help in this process that we're going through now. So 21 is a shift in consciousness. And so another aspect of that number 3, remember 21 adds up to 3, and that's the energy for December, is when it's not in a sort of party, having fun, jolly. If it's not that kind of a vibe and you take it into a deeper, more spiritual vibe, then it is the number that reads and understands dreams and symbols, and it sees the deeper meaning of life. And so it becomes deeper, it becomes more aware, it sees more, it hears more. And that's exactly where we are now in December. So the flip side of that coin is depression. So if you are depressed, change what you are doing. Okay? Just change it up. You can't be doing something that you love and be depressed at the same time. It doesn't work. What often happens, though, is if one is depressed, you don't want to do what you love, because sometimes it's just easier to sit and to be in that depressed state. And we all get there sometimes to greater or lesser degrees, but we don't have to stay there. So if you're feeling depressed, change it up. Phone a friend. Even if you don't feel like anybody, phone a friend. Get out. I'm doing that today. When I'm finished here, I'm going to meet a friend. We're going to have coffee and cake. at a little place out here in the country, not far from me, and we're just going to chat. And I know that while I'm there, I'm going to just be chatting and talking and get things off your chest, and then you laugh, and then you cry, and then you tell a joke. And so you go from one thing to another, and you always end up being better at the end of the day if you choose your company wisely. I've got a couple of friends that when I'm down in the dumps, I just know which one to contact, which one to talk to, which one to spend time with. And the next thing I know, the ideas are flowing. I'll be chatting and we're excited about life again. So if you're feeling depressed, change what you are doing, okay? Right. So I want to just read you a little bit about this number 21 because, and this is from my book, from my cards. There's the box up there. So 21, I've titled the card, Stairway to Heaven. Okay, don't see heaven as the Christian concept of heaven. See heaven as a place of happiness and bliss. So perhaps you sense an internal shift in your beliefs and perceptions, a readiness to step beyond old paradigms. Perhaps emotions such as fear, guilt, anger, and blame feel increasingly foreign to your spirit. Perhaps you are wary of environments steeped in fear and limitation and yearn for higher ground. Perhaps you find yourself poised at the threshold between dimensions, between the familiar patterns of 3D living and the expanded love and unity of 5D consciousness. Perhaps you have realized that some people, ideas, and spaces no longer match the frequency of the life you are creating. So that was the second paragraph, which is the shadow side of the number. And I'm going to go to the fourth paragraph now, which is the action. Growth is inevitable for the soul that seeks the light. When the heart is ready, the way forward is made clear. Seek mentors if you feel called, but trust yourself above all. Release gently any connections, platforms, or influences that thrive on fear and division. Surround yourself with that which nourishes your highest vision. If standing at a crossroads, let love, joy, and resonance, not fear, be your compass. Choose the path that brings your spirit alive. And the affirmation that I wrote to go with this, I rise into higher consciousness with grace, trusting my soul's wisdom to guide me toward peace, joy, and the sacred unfolding of my true path. Okay, so I jumped the gun a little bit and haven't gone according to my slides. But yeah, let's go. It just felt to me like I needed to just kick off with that because it was on my chest as I started recording about how important this month is and how important it is to have fun. Okay, so once you've worked out your personal year and month energy, if this is a little bit of a long recording today, the timestamps are below. Please go to the timestamps. You don't have to listen to everything, and go and click on the time that is yours, or move to the time that is yours so that you don't have to listen to the entire one. So I'm going to share screens now, and I'm going to collapse the floating meeting controls. And just a reminder that this is December 2025, and this is decoding your month through personal year wisdom and oracle insight. So as I said earlier, this is a 9-year, and this is the last month of the 9-year. So this is the endings of the endings of the endings. You need to finish clearing out. You need to let go. You need to heal. And the December global month is 3, which I've just had a long chat to you about. Okay, so now to work out your personal year and your personal month. So step 1, write down your day and month of birth and the current year, 2025. So in this example, 12th of the 10th, 2025, Then step 2, you add all of those digits together. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, which in this case totals 13. If you've got a double number at the bottom here, which most of you will have, not all of you, but most of you will have, then you add those 2 digits together as well, 1 plus 3, and that gives you 4. And this is your personal year, okay? For the whole of 2025, this has been your personal year. And remember to use the current year, 2025, not your birth year from your birth date. Just your day and month of birth and the current year. And here you can pause if you like. This is if you added your day and month together and you got to any of these numbers here, then the corresponding number on the side here is your personal year. This is just if you are still unsure or if you just want to do a double check on that. And so now I'll select a card for the global energy of December. And I've pre-selected cards for all the other personal years already because it takes me a while to select a card. I use the process of muscle testing. And so my question is, what is a card? What is the message globally for sovereign beings of Earth for December 2025? Right. So muscle testing, we just drop this a little bit more and you'll be able to see in the corner there. Right. So this one. This one. This one. This one. That one. Okay. And that card is entrepreneurial salesperson. Card number 53. Okay, interesting. Let me just stop screen sharing for a moment, which I should actually have done before I did the shuffling of the cards. And here you can see entrepreneurial salesperson. And that's my friend Natalie in the picture there. Anyway, so number 53. 5 has to do with marketing, thinking out of the box, connecting, movement, travel, or connecting over the internet, meeting people from all different walks of life. And the 3 has to be with being creative, talking, charming, friendly. And that all adds up to 8, which is why it's an entrepreneurial salesperson. So in these difficult times, it seems we are needing to think in an entrepreneurial way this month. Interesting. I know my finances have dipped considerably. And there's always a need somewhere because that's what entrepreneurship is based on, finding the need and then coming up with a solution. That number 3 in 53 is creative thinking, coming up with a creative solution to a problem. The 5 is thinking out of the box on how to do it. And then together they make 8, which is turning that into a business. So this card ignites a surge of purpose and momentum in your, I like that, ahead of next year. My January energy reading, I think, is also going to be very, very important because it's the first month of a new era. So don't forget to catch either my YouTube video where I read my blog to you if you don't like reading, or on my website, go to my blog for 2026 and you'll see how this entrepreneurial card actually fits in very well with that. So you possess charisma, wit, and intelligence to turn any entrepreneurial venture into a roaring success. Whether you're selling services, concepts, or products, you have the innate ability to sell with ease and charm. Your skills and insights are crucial in transforming societal structures and reshaping how business is done. And that's what we're going to be doing next year, by the way, reshaping how business is done. So get a little bit of a head start now and see what the needs are on the other side of what we have just been through, because they're not the same as before 2020. Things have shifted. And here is, I'm just going to read you the affirmation. I'm a powerful and inspiring entrepreneur, attracting success with charisma, intelligence, and integrity. I confidently lead with purpose, create lasting change, and build a prosperous future with respect and ethical influence. And remember, we're moving into natural law. Natural law is very simple. It's 3 words. And we're in a 3-month in December. 3 words: do no harm. Not to anything, anyone. Simple as that. Okay, so let me share screens again and let's get on with personal year 1. So if your day and month of birth has added up to 10, 19, 28, or 37, then this 2025 has been a personal year 1 for you. And your personal month number is 4. Now, 4 is all about structure, planning, and laying foundations. So in the theme of entrepreneurial salesperson, the number 4 is actually doing the budgeting and the planning and deciding what you need to buy and how you're going to go about doing it. And the card that has come up for you is number 29, which is the Inspired Earth Angel. So that's very interesting, because the word inspired says that you're due for a little bit of inspiration coming in, and Earth Angel ahead of going into a 2-year next year. So 1 year, 4 months, Inspired Earth Angel. And today on all the cards, I'm going to read the reason why this card has come up for you, which is the first paragraph. And that's the one I'm going to read for all of the cards. This card whispers to you today, gently reminding you that your purpose is grander than you can yet see. And it's time to align with your soul's true tribe. You are an earthly angel, a radiant being on a sacred mission. Your light flows effortlessly as you are meant to simply be, to shine in the world, not by doing, but by embodying your essence. Your purpose lies in what inspires your heart, and through your presence, you effortlessly ripple light into the world. So do that in this 3 months by being social and just being the light that walks into the room, the joy, the sunshine. And that is your calling for this month. So have a beautiful one. Wow. So if your day and month of birth adds up to 2, 11, 20, 29, or 38, then you are in a personal year 2. Personal year 2, 2025. And your personal month number is 5, which goes so nicely with, let me get it into focus, this number 53, the entrepreneurial salesperson, because 5 is the connector. It connects the dots. And what does an entrepreneur do? It finds unrelated things and puts them together in a new kind of package, or it packages it differently. It puts different elements into its basket and it markets it. Remember to base it on needs. That's always the first thing that sells, especially when finances are low generally in the world as they are at the moment. So 5 is all about being new, exciting, and different. It's about movement. It's about getting out and about and connecting with people from all walks of life. And your frequency healing card has come up, number 25. And there's the 5 in that as well, because number 5 is the number that downloads, gets its inspiration from above, brings it down to earth. And this is my darling friend, Tandy. I'm not sure she would want you to know that, but there we go. So 25 has a lot to do with frequency. 25 adds up to 7. And 7 is always going within an internal process and finding your true purpose and the true meaning of life and what you have come to do. So 25, I'm just reading the first paragraph. In this sacred space, you are encouraged to fathom how every color, sound, word, and number holds a sacred vibrational frequency, shaping your reality toward either harmony or discord. Vibrations flow through all, subtly weaving in the fabric of your existence. It is through sound that you perceive the world, and that through vibration that you feel its essence. And I've just suddenly had this vision of painting walls in a house. So maybe it is that the colors in your house are not conducive to healing, happiness, joy. And we are in a 3 month, which I said is all a universal global 3 month, which is all about happiness, joy, creativity. And so maybe you need to create a sacred space where you can go within and you can do your own frequency healing in whichever way is good for you. Okay, so let's move on to personal year 3. And your personal month number is 6. So if your birthday and month of birth adds up to 3, 12, 21, 30, or 39, your personal month number is 6. So 3 is all about having fun, and we are in a universal 3 month. So there's double up of 3s for you, a lot of creative energy and procreative energy. Don't be surprised if you are very fertile this month, if you're in a personal year 3 and your month number is 6. And 6 is all about love and family and self-love and self-care and teaching and cooking and feeding. And the 3 is all about talking. And so this is a very much a family month for you, very creative year you've been in, but very much a family month. So get together with family. And if you don't have family, there's always soul family. And if you don't have any of those, or you don't feel like any of those, then 6 is always about self-love and boundaries. So yes, do be aware of setting up good and healthy boundaries this month. And your card, ta-da, 34, which adds up to 7 as well. So this is also a month of going within and being quieter within family. So maybe there are some artistic projects that you and your family want to do. Maybe if you're like me, I love adult coloring books. Oh my word, I just absolutely adore them. I should actually have brought mine a bit closer and shown you. I wasn't thinking of that. And also to go and do painting of ceramics and things like that. But any nature-inspired fine art. And so this is something that the whole family can do. It's something that the kids love and adults love as well. So let's see, 34, which is a 7, what message this card is bringing you today. So this card lures you to the embrace of nature, where boundless inspiration lies in the dance of colors, shapes, and sounds. Nature, ever alive, whispers to your soul, calling you to immerse yourself fully in its diverse beauty. In its stillness, it stirs the creative essence within you, guiding you as a bridge between the spiritual and the practical, blending them with your unique touch. So you've got the 4, which is the practical, in between this 3, and it all adds up to 7. So the 3 and the 7 are intellectual, they are spiritual, and so the 4 says to make that practical. So yeah, you may want to do some murals on your walls, or you may want to get gardening and do some painting of some pots that you want to pot some plants and things in. Whatever, get like just really, really creative and have fun, but be inspired by nature. So if your day and month of birth adds to 4, 13, 22, 31, or 40, you have been and still are in a personal year 4 for the entire 2025. And your personal month energy is a number 7. So the 4 and the 7 together always call out to me to be authentic, to go within, find out who you really are. And the 4 is practical, to walk and talk that. So that just popped into my head now. So there we go. So the 7 month is going within. It's a quieter month, maybe a month where you want to be a little bit more maybe out of the limelight at times, or just find time to rest in between, even if it's just a couple of days towards the end of the month as we go into the new year, just taking stock, because that's what the 7 says. Analyze, take stock, just see where you are at. See if you really know yet who you are, because this year has been a year of spiritual trials and errors and tests and tribulations for you. And so you can just take stock and see what you have learned through this year. And the card that comes up for you is complete fulfillment. This card kind of baffled me when it came out, but I always take whatever comes out. I never question it and I never doubt it. So whoever's watching this, you will know what this is about. We're at the end of a 9-year. We're in a fulfillment of a very long cycle. And like I said, the 4 has been spiritual trials and errors and tests. And now you're in a 7 months taking stock. So taking stock. And maybe it's all about just realizing that your life is actually perfect as it is. No matter what it is and how it is, that it's come to this point for a reason. And that this is, just give me a second. Okay, so it's for a reason that it's come to number 99. So let's see, in this month of spiritual contemplation is the word that comes to mind. Let's see what number 99 says. So this card arrives as a gentle message for you, a message for your journey, reminding you that you are nearing the culmination of your earthly journeys. It speaks of countless lifetimes woven together, each one bringing you closer to the mastery of your soul's lessons and the completion of your karmic debts. The message is clear. There is no place for the ego on the path of service to humanity. Number 99 calls for divine closure and the embrace of universal love, guiding you toward a state of pure, selfless being. Excuse me. Okay. Wow. Okay, so if your day and month of birth adds to 5, 14, 23, 32, or 41, then you are in a personal year 8, personal year 5, and a personal month number 8. And remember our card from the beginning, number 53, adding to 8. Well, you've got 2 of those numbers. You've got the 5 and the 8, and you're on a 3 universal month. Sorry, I've got the fan blowing on me because it's quite humid and it is drying my throat out a little. Okay. So personal month number is 8, which is all about business. And personal year 5 has been all about marketing and coming up with ideas that are new, exciting, and different. So your card is executive business calling number 8. How awesome is that? I'm just going to pause for 1 second because I do need to just get something to soothe my throat. Okay, so I had some honey and I've got some water here, and I find the culprit as to why I'm coughing like this, because they're mowing the lawn on the other side of the farm there, but it is being blown by the wind. So there we go. Executive business calling, card number 8, and in a 5-year, you've probably been marketing and expanding and thinking out of the box. And next year is all about taking it further and expanding. And so you are very nicely poised to go forward in the new world next year. So the reason you got this card, the message before you calls attention to a world rich with opportunity. Money and resources are now infused with source energy, free from the shadows of old systems. That is true. I'm not going to go into that now, but we are there. You are deserving of a life abundant in all that matters most to you. You're being called to step into a role of empowered leadership, where purpose meets prosperity and your decisions shape the future with integrity and vision. And this is ahead of going into a 6-year, which is expansive, and it is a year of service and a year of great responsibilities. So it's probably something that you've been waiting for and looking forward to for a very long time. Okay, so if your day and month of birth adds up to 6, 15, 24, 33, or 42, then for the whole of 2025, you've been in a personal year 6. So this year has been all about family, love, relationships, responsibilities. And you may have had children moving back home. You may have had to deal with issues with parents, in-laws, family. So that has been part and parcel of this year. And you would have realized that you need to take care of yourself and put up those boundaries. And your personal month number is 9. And 9 is about tying up loose ends and getting ready to move into a 7-year next year, which is a very, very different energy. We'll talk about that in January. So your personal month number is 9. You need to declutter your home, because 6 is all about the home. Declutter your home this December. Make sure that everything is in place, because next year you're not going to feel like cleaning house and moving things around and shifting things around, because you go into a 7 energy, which is not domesticated like the 6. Not that I'm saying you're domesticated, but the 6 year is the year about family and home. So clear out clothing cupboards, any cupboards in the home. Just get all your ducks in a row so that you can go a little bit deeper next year and your home and your environment is all sorted out. And the card that came up was card number 24. And that's my darling friend Lolita there. But okay, so 24 says 2 is all about partnerships and togetherness. 4 is about safety, security, and that all adds up to 6, which is about love and family and the home, exactly what your year has been about. So you want to end off, and 9 is an ending month, you want to end off this year surrounded by family. And if your family are your pets, where's Kitty Cat? Kitty Cat's at the back there somewhere. But if your family are your pets, that's one way of doing it. If they're your soul friends, that's another way of doing it. And if you're lucky enough to have family around you, that's also great. But I know here in South Africa, many people have got children that are living abroad at the moment. And so families are very fractured. So maybe it's time for the families to start coming together. And I'm smiling now because that ties in with the theme of next year. So go and read my blog. So there we go. Card number 24. Let's see what it says. The reason. This card reaches out to you now, offering its guidance, reminding you that a peaceful home and treasured family traditions are the heart of your emotional well-being. Hold fast to values like dependability, kindness, and responsibility. You have a heart full of love, but remember to protect it from those who may take advantage of your generous nature. So that's about boundaries. Boundaries, self-love, but also being part of a bigger family. So, yeah, whatever family traditions make you happy. As long as you're happy, don't worry about the rest of it. Don't worry about all the hype around things like Christmas and so on. Just get back into those family traditions and do whatever it is that makes you happy. It doesn't have to have a religious spin. It can if you want to give it that, but it doesn't have to have a religious spin. It can just be evoking memories of happiness and togetherness. So if your birth and day and month of birth adds up to 7, 16, 25, 34, or 43, then for the whole of 2025, you've been in a personal year 7. And your personal month number is 1. So you've come to the end of a year where you've been thinking deeply, contemplating the meaning of life, taking stock of your life, analyzing your business, and now you're getting ready to move forward ahead of the whole world next year, going into a 1 year. So 1 month, and the 1 is about setting goals. So you can start setting your goals now already, ahead of January. Set your goals and set down action steps. Remember that goals must be SMART, which means they must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-related. And realistic doesn't mean you must be pessimistic about it, okay? You can optimistically look at it and know that you are infinitely more capable than what you think you are. So a card that came up for you was sensuality, number 55. And when I pulled this card, I was like, yeah, how am I going to blend this? But it's quite simple, really. So throughout your personal year 7, you've kept a little bit of your distance, right? You haven't wanted too many people around you. You haven't wanted to be in noisy spaces. You haven't maybe been particularly social. And you've been deep in thought and you've needed a lot of rest. So you may have been tired. And now with the 1 energy, which is that male yang, drive, high energy number, it's saying start coming out of the box a little bit. Start discovering the world through your 5 senses. And that is what sensuality is all about. So take down the walls a little bit and make a concerted effort to start getting in touch with your own sensuality, which is experiencing the world through your 5 senses. And number 55, the reason it comes to you today is this card alluringly beckons today, inviting you to indulge fully in the sensual experiences of life. Let your senses awaken as you taste the sweetness of a breath of fresh air. Hear the subtle hum of the world around you and see the beauty hidden in every small detail. Feel the warmth of the sunlight on your skin and the cool breeze through your hair and the soft embrace of the earth beneath your feet. You are a soul wrapped in human form, and each moment holds the potential for deep sensual connection to all that surrounds you. So this year you've been going very much within. It's been an internal process where what goes on around you hasn't been as much in your awareness. Now you need to come a little bit out of that. And with this number 55, you need to start connecting and feeling what is around you on the outside of you again, in preparation for going into a year next year, which is all about business and getting ahead financially, abundance. Right. So if your day and month of birth adds up to 8, 17, 26, or 35, then your personal year energy is an 8 for the whole of 2025, and your personal month number is a 2. Now, the 8 is a very strong number. So this whole year, you've probably been feeling like, oh, I've got this. I'm quite in control of everything. I don't know why everybody's falling apart around me. You know, I've got this. These things that are happening in the world are not affecting me so much. You know, got all these people that are depressed, and some of them that are feeling lonely, and some that have been a little bit tearful, like me this past week. And like, no, not me. I've got this. But now you go into 2 months. And so this 2 month is going to start really triggering you in ways you didn't imagine, because you're going into a 9-year next year. So it's going to start triggering the issues to come up that you are going to have to clear out in your 9-year next year. So the 2, watch your immune system. So that starts in the gut. So watch what you eat, watch what you breathe, and watch everything else. Watch what you listen to. You can listen to toxic things. You can see toxic things. You can be in toxic relationships, because the 2 is also about relationships, about partners, where the 8 is in control of its own life. The 2 is like, my partner, I'm feeling lonely, and now I have to work together with others, which, if you've got a lot of 8 energy in your chart, is maybe not your preferred modus operandi. But if you've had to be very strong this year, you can soften a little bit and see who needs your help and where you can be of assistance now in December. And the card that comes up here is number 18. So even though in a personal month 2, you need to be more sensitive and aware of feelings and thoughts about people around you, with that 8 energy, you're still in an 8 year, and it still says, if it's to be, it's up to me. There's number 1. 1 is me, myself, and I. And 8 is still taking control, doing the business, and getting things done. A lot of stamina, working long hours. And so, yeah, maybe you need to help people this December. And you look around and you see the need, and you say, well, if it's to be, it's up to me. And you get out there and you go and do something good and help some people that really need it. So the card says, this card speaks to you today with unwavering clarity. You are called to a dream that will elevate humanity, a project destined to inspire and create lasting change. You possess the rare ability to see beyond the presence, to manage with precision, and to lead with purpose. A visionary at heart, your inner drive is fierce, aligned with a higher mission. Your clarity of purpose and strength of will inspire others to follow. So take the lead, get out there, go and help in some way or another. And you can never truly help somebody else without helping yourself in the process. Okie dokes. So if your day and month of birth adds up to 9, 18, 27, or 36, you have been in a personal year 9, and your energies will always flow together with the universal energies and global energies. So you are exactly in tune with what is going on in the world. Whatever the world is doing and feeling, that is how you are doing and feeling. And so, as I said right at the beginning of the video, personal year 9 is about endings, and this is the end of the endings year. You're ready to start a brand new cycle next year. And your personal month energy is 3. So this is an energy of fun, of creativity, of socializing, and of looking around you and noticing the visual things, the symbols. Notice the little bird that comes and sits on your windowsill. Is it bringing you a message? Notice, like here outside here on the farm, notice the peacock feather that suddenly appears when you're thinking of a person, or whatever it is. Take note of the visual cues and signs around you. And your card is challenge accepted. And that's probably because you're going into a 1 year next year. So you're at the end of your 9 year. And you probably have been feeling for a month or two that itch to just get going. It's like this year, things are going too slowly. You want to get going and things are just not moving. And here you go and you get this card number 1. And the number 1 is simply challenge accepted. Doesn't matter what it is, challenge accepted. So start practicing that line and know that you will never be given more than what you can cope with. So card number 1. The energy of this card emerges to reveal that the obstacle before you is not your enemy. It is a sacred challenge, a forge for your spirit. It calls you to remember that you possess the inner strength to overcome anything by setting your vision clearly and moving forward with unwavering will. You are a leader, a trailblazer, a living example, a bringer of new ways. And this is going to lead you beautifully into the energy of next year. So I hope you have a beautiful December month with lots of challenges, and that you're feeling like really on top of the world as you realize, wow, I didn't think I could do that, but I did, and I've done it. Breathe it in, trust your rhythm, and return next month. If you are looking for gifts and these are appropriate for people in your family, then you can go to the shop on my website, and you've got the oracle cards there and the first 2 of my books, which are suitable for people with a wacky sense of humor, but are also spiritually quite advanced. And there's a lot of spiritual truths in here that you may or may not have heard yet. So to purchase your deck of cards, click on the link below. It'll be below this video. My website is janetnumerology.com. And there we go. So just have an absolutely, absolutely amazing December. Whatever it is that you're doing, in whichever way you celebrate the end, not only of a year, but the end of an era, and get ready to move into a new era and a new world next year. Don't forget to read my blog on 2026 so that you know what's coming. You'll find it on my website, or you can find me reading it to you here on YouTube. Okay. Lots of love. Bye for now.